Hey, what's up guys? It's B-Sides here from Icon Collective, and today I'm going to show you one of my favorite features of Ableton Live, and that's the way you can use audio in the session view to kind of chop it up and resequence it like you would on a drum machine without having to use something like sampler or chop the sample and put it in another VST, whatever to have you to chop it all out. So let's go ahead and take a look. So as you can see here, I've got a session pulled up for a beat that I did for The Lonely Island. And what I started with here was a sample from a group called Universal Love, and it's from the 70s. And so it may not all be unquantized. So you see it's kind of put in whatever warp points Ableton thought it should have. But what the key point here is I'm going to cut it up into really small sections so that it's not going to go off quantize too much. And I can sort of set my loop brace on, and then I can just move it around. And find kind of any individual points that I want, any parts of the song that I like or I want to use. And every time I'm going to find one of those, I'm going to duplicate that clip. So that one's set to that point of the song. You can keep moving. And I'm just getting every little thing that kind of inspires me about the song, and I'll make them all into a list here. And then I'll have them all to resequence in the next stage. So if I look at over here, this is the one I actually used in the track. And the other key point of this is each clip has its launch quantization stuff over here. And this is what I set it to when I'm actually recording or making beats. And the launch mode is going to be set to repeat, and the quantization is going to be set to either 8 or 16. That'll prevent me from launching a clip that's going to be unquantized or off the grid. And each individual clip, I can go in and change the warp data here so that it's real easy for me to work with 2 bars of it rather than try to fix the entire song. So when I'm triggering them all, I can actually just set up a count in here and take it off solo for a minute. And I can just hit the record button in session view. As you can see, it's on repeat, so when I hold down the mouse key or hit the button and hold it down on an APC or a MIDI controller, the section that I'm selected is going to repeat. So it kind of gives you a cool way of being expressive like you would on an MPC or another sampling instrument. But the advantage is that you have Ableton's warp engine, so none of these little parts are going to be off time. And then what you can do is in the arrange window, what I've recorded just there, all the little sections are all individual clips. So I can resequence those or use Ableton's non-destructive audio editing here to resize and change whatever I've done at my leisure. I could also copy them in off the other screen, whatever you want. Altogether, I can consolidate those clips into a single region, and then I've got a nicely chopped and quantized audio sample from an old recording, and none of it's going to be off grid. So as you can see, I can put everything else right to the grid and it's all going to stick. That's about it. That's about how I do most of the sample beats that I have to do in Ableton, and it's a really nice tip because nothing is off quantized. I don't have to chop and resequence things, and it makes it a whole lot more useful than trying to do it slicing to MIDI or what have you. So I hope that's useful to you. Thanks for watching.